You hear that? That's the awkward silence of a family dinner after you just got caught vaping. Most vapes contain high levels of nicotine and disappointment. Brought to you by The Real Cost and the FDA.
This episode is brought to you by Kia's first three-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with a 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute, and available reclining lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode, one thing that I see with gaming nowadays is that it seems that developers struggle to make the games more appealing towards the gaming community, and I'm confused by it, because that's who's playing the games at the end of the day, the gaming community. Why is it that developers and publishers, the higher ups, the lower downs, whoever it is, why is it that they do some stuff to the game that makes the game unplayable? You know, they make it less fun, or if not less, not even fun at all, compared to like when I think of like gaming, I think of how gaming was back in the PlayStation 2 era. You know, where you can sit down, you can play a game for hours upon hours upon hours. Games was easy to access. You didn't have to download and do all this updating and patches and all this other stuff. Like, bruh, it trips me out when I see games that have been out for years and they still get patch updates. Why? What is wrong with the game? Because that shows me that the only thing that's releasing nowadays is the title. It's not the game itself. It's the title. Because I'm confused. Like, I see games that came out back, like, on, like, you know, talking on, like, Steam games that came out all the way back, like, during that PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360, like, that era of gaming. I see games all the way back then getting patch updates. Why? What is it that you can't do? And you know, the thing is this, like the one game that I have in mind, I'm like, it is a community-based game. So I don't know what could possibly be going on in my opinion, because a community-based game is one of those games where it's like, it's left up to the community, but it shouldn't even be left up to the community. Like, don't get me wrong, like the gaming community, they do not go wrong. They always deliver when it comes to something gaming related. When it's the community, like if I go out and I develop a game, I know what I overall want. I know what I'm overall gonna put out, and I'm not gonna put out a game that people are not gonna like. I'm gonna put out a game that people are actually gonna sit down, play. Like they're playing this game just like how they will be playing the game that came out back in the PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360 era of gaming. But it just seems like, excuse me, after like this next gen console talk like came about, then it just seemed like they made it seem like that this was going to be the future of gaming. Bruh, when I sit down and I see how much gaming has changed from back then all the way up until now, I'm like, that it's a horrible change. You went backwards. I'm saying there's things that's being taken away from games, and it's like they're making it seem like this is the future of gaming. How? How is it the future of gaming? How is it that you guys are going backwards? Back then, you could get a whole game. You could play this game for like more than just a few hours. All right? Like, I feel like nowadays people are having to force themselves to play a game more than just a few hours, because I'm telling you, like, I give up on a game after the first hour because there's nothing appealing towards that game. Meanwhile, you have a game like Fortnite where it's free. That's actually the dope thing about it, is that the game is free. You ain't gotta do none of this extra stuff. You have fun when you're actually playing that game. I know I do. I know I got plans on playing that game tonight. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, is every video game gonna be left up to the community? Like, I was thinking that Call of Duty should do some community stuff, but I'm like, fam, they shouldn't have to do that. Because for one, they shouldn't have went down the route that they went with their game. And I'm saying, like, to me, that's just something where I'm like, bruh, when I think of Call of Duty, I think of the Call of Duty. I'm gonna just tell you guys like how it was for me when I very first got into Call of Duty. I played Call of Duty Black Ops 1. That was the first ever Call of Duty game that I ever got. Bro, when I tell you, I was up in the middle of the night. It was either in the middle of the night or early in the morning, but I just remember it was me and a friend of mine's. It's crazy how me and this guy, me and him, we both have the same names. Not like last names, but first name. And my sister's nickname is his sister's actual name. So both of us, like, I always thought that was such a wild thing. But anyways, I remember he was like one of the first friends that I had played with when it came to Call of Duty. Like, he was teaching me quick scoping. We played on Nuketown. I'm saying, like, I had legitimate fun playing that game. The campaign was amazing. I was like, bruh, this is what Call of Duty is? I was like, and then just sitting down and playing multiplayer time after time, putting hours upon hours into Black Ops, bro. I'm telling you, like, Call of Duty Black Ops, when it very first came out, then let's not even, bro, zombies? Oh my god, bro, I'm telling you, it was one of my friends, because I was like, me and him, we will always play zombies, but he had like a good reason on why he wouldn't play zombies anymore, and I feel like, you know, overall, just long story short, and like not getting into details, but it ain't gonna hit the same compared to how it was when we were in school. And I'm like, fam, that makes so much sense. What he said, I was like, it makes so much sense. And I'm like, games don't hit like how they did back when we were in high school. I'm saying, like, when Grand Theft Auto 5, let's not even talk about the recent stuff that came out about Grand Theft Auto 5 and Rockstar Games. And this is, that's what really concerns me with Grand Theft Auto 6 releasing is, what is Rockstar Games gonna do to destroy that game? Because I just have it made up in my mind that Grand Theft Auto 6, it's gonna be good, don't get me wrong, but Rockstar Games is gonna find a way, somehow, to mess it up. Unless somehow, some way they're like, hey, you know what? We're coming out with all these different DLCs. We're doing all these different things with this game. We're gonna make this into the best Grand Theft Auto game of all time. I don't feel that. I do not feel, after they had multiple DLCs, I wonder if I can find this stuff that they said that they overall canceled with the game. But it was so many different things that they canceled with this game. And I'm like, bruh, is you guys serious? Like, I don't get that. Is this it? Yeah. Oh, okay. So no, this is it. There is all like Rockstar Games canceled 8 GTA 5 story DLCs, including Michael, Franklin, Trevor, and a Liberty Cities expansion to focus on GTA Online. My question is, what did they do to GTA Online? Nothing. They added these cosmetic DLCs, and that was it. Oh, and the heist missions. Other than that, bruh, I'm telling you right now, these DLCs, there was like a North Yankton DLC, a Liberty City DLC, then the Trevor, Assassination, Manhunt, Norman, Relationship, Enterprise. Like, it was all these different DLCs that they were going to add into this game, yet they canceled it. Just canceled 8, bruh. 8 different story DLC missions. My question is like, did people comparing the Lost and the Damned and the Ballad of Gay Tony, those are the 2 DLCs that they released with Grand Theft Auto 4. Which DLCs from both games were better? Because I'm like, fam, you guys could have did a zombie DLC, Undead Nightmare in Grand Theft Auto 5. How come you guys didn't do that? I'm saying you guys could have very well did a survival Grand Theft Auto like online mode, where it's like you're coming up like, and the crazy thing about it is, you know who did it? The community. Why is it the community not getting paid for the stuff that they're doing into this game? It's like they're getting credit, but they get no money for what they're doing in those games. And I'm like, they're probably not even getting credit. That's the part that trips me out, is that the community does so much for these video games. We don't get no credit. We don't get no paycheck. We don't get nothing. And that's the part that trips me out. It's like, bruh, how is it that these guys will put their all, the community, not the developers? Because I'm like, fam, I feel like with games like Grand Theft Auto, games like Call of Duty, I feel like it's like when you look at like how many people be streaming those games, that's the reason why these games are still successful till this day. when you see how many people be making videos of this game on a weekly, not even weekly, on a daily basis, bruh. Daily basis. That's the reason why these games are so successful. So, the question is, how do we make these games better? What do we overall do? The community. That's why I've been talking on throughout this whole episode, bruh. The community. Because the developers don't seem to care. And that's what concerns me about the future of gaming. Because I'm like, bro, I know the day when I have kids, I'm most likely going to get them into video games. But at the same time, I don't want them to have a worse experience than what I'm having right now with gaming. I'm like, I would like to hope and think that this would be the point in time to stop whatever car that's being driven into the gaming universe right now, reverse it, and go back. Because that's the one time, this is the one time where I have to say that you definitely need to go backwards. You definitely need to go backwards on where what gaming needs to be. Because where you guys are going right now, it's leading the gaming world into destruction. I'm saying, I having it where I remember there on the PlayStation 3, and I'm pretty sure that mode, it doesn't even probably work anymore. I think, in fact, they actually had shut that mode down at some point in time on the PlayStation 3. But so anyways, but there was this one game on there called PlayStation Home. They switched it out for Atomic or Atom Universe or something like that. And Atom Universe. And they shut down PlayStation Home for this game called Atom Universe. And I'm thinking to myself, like, bruh, nobody plays that. So that's why I'm like, Sony, you guys, you know what? Because there's many things, all right? What Sony needs to do is have it where with PlayStation 5s, if I'm subscribing to your guys' service, I need to play them games for free. I shouldn't have to. That really tripped me out that I had bought a PlayStation 5, right? A PlayStation 5, not a 4, not a 3, not a 2, not a 1, a PlayStation 5. I was subscribed to their service, yet there are games that was made by Sony that I still have to pay for. And if I wanted to play those games, I'm lucky enough to even get a demo if they do decide to release a demo. But if not that, I have to spend $69.99 on whatever game that they're releasing, and can't play the game. Meanwhile, Microsoft, they have it set up where you can play Microsoft like Forza Motorsports, Forza Horizon, Halo, Gears of War, Fallout, you have all these different Starfield, you have all these different games that you can play for free, yet Sony is like, no, you maybe some games, but not all of our games. Then what's the reason of having a subscription service? You guys didn't have a subscription service at one point in time. You guys was doing perfectly fine without a subscription service. That's the part that trips me out, is that you pay for like $500 for the console, yet and that's the crazy thing about it. It's like you don't even have to do stuff like that on PC. The crazy thing is that, there are some games where it's like, dang, man, I really don't want to, spend the money on that. I can't just subscribe to the service and just play it. But at the same time, I'm like, bruh, if I bought the console, it needs to be on some PC stuff. Where it's like, Steam ain't got no subscription service. And if they did, then it's like, bruh, then I need to be playing some games for free. Not the, free-to-play games that barely anybody plays. No, I'm saying I want early access games for free. I want games in the first-person shooter section for free. I want to have it where I have a voucher for if Steam, no, the thing is this, if Steam ever does have a subscription service and they're all like, oh, you can subscribe to us and things, and that's how you'll have to access our games, I'm like, no, then what you guys need to do is have it where I get 5 to 10 vouchers of a free video game, and it's any game of my choosing every single month. And I'm like, I'm like, no, this shouldn't be a demo with all games, trial with all games. You guys need to have it where that subscription service is worth subscribing to. But I'm like, I unsubscribed from PlayStation Plus because I was like, nah, it's a waste of money. I don't be playing all the games on there. I'm like, I have no reason to play all that. And my thing is this, if it came down to it, I'd rather just, it trips me out because they make it seem like that, at least for me, I play a bunch of different video games. I don't just sit around and just play one game, all right? I play a bunch of different video games. So they make it seem like that you're playing just that one game, and it's like, nah, bruh. Like, I'm not, yeah, if I was, then I'll be able to get to, through the game, not even within a month, or yeah, within a month, probably within a week. So I'm like, if I sat down, if I put 5 hours into a game, bro, I could play that whole game within a week. So that's the part that trips me out. Is like, I feel like that they know that. They are like, okay, well, this game ain't big, it ain't that big. It ain't like it's a game where you're gonna have to spend, years playing it and stuff, because they can't make no game that big. We're in a day and age where developers don't want to make a game that big. So that's why it's like, you see it now. I mean, games have never really been that big before anyways, but you just see it now where it's like, okay, well, we know that we ain't got to make a game that big, but we can raise the price and we could do all these other things to the game. And it's like, bruh, we might as well. And that's what trips me out, is that a lot of these games nowadays, it ain't like it's like some futuristic gaming where we're playing with our mind, or we're playing, like moving our hands and stuff. We're playing games the same exact way we was playing them, just with maybe a couple of more buttons. Resolution is slightly better. But I'm saying, at the end of the day, nothing is like, it's game changing. No pun intended. But yeah, nothing is game changing. I feel like I'm still playing the same games I was playing back then, just less. That's not cool, bruh. That's really not cool. And it's crazy how it's like, you can go out and you can play an old Call of Duty game like that came out like 10, 20 years ago, right? And it'll be so much more funner than what they're doing nowadays. That's sad. That's sad that people got to go. That was something that I did, and that's something that I am going to start working on in 2024, is that I'm going to start playing older games on stream. Because I'm like, I cannot play these newer games, bro. It's getting to a point in time where I'm like, I don't want to play these newer games no more. So what I did was I asked my sister if she still had the PlayStation 3 I gave her my PlayStation 3 when I got my Xbox 360, and I should have just kept it. I should have just honestly kept all the stuff that I had. But anyways, I asked her for that, and I was like, no, that's what I'm going to end up doing, is finding because I know that they do have, I think they have like a couple. I don't even know if they got like this one store that was in the mall not too long ago. Because I remember I went there, I think it was for my birthday last year. And there was this store where it had all these like retro games, and I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, I'm gonna find a store that sells retro games, and I'm just gonna stock up, and I'm just gonna buy me a bunch of different retro games. I'm like, nah, because I'm saying these new games today, it's not fun. It's not. And I don't know what they got going on, but I'm like, bro, I'm telling you right now, it ain't gaming, all right? I don't know what it is. You know what? I do know what it is. They want to fatten up their pocket as much as they possibly can, and they know that they can do the bare minimum with these games. And so when the time does come where their games get shut down and all that crap, they're all like, well, hey, we got money in our pocket, so there you go. And then they just gonna disappear. And I'm like, to those developers that do crap like that, you guys don't need your job. All right, what needs to be done, like with games, like all these games where they keep asking for more money and more money and more money, it needs to be left up to the community. You know what? At the end of the day, you ask the community, what do they overall want to do? Do they want to continue putting money into a game, or do they just want to buy a game one time, have all the content that they need, and just sit down and play that game? You ask the community what they want, and I guarantee and I promise you, I'm willing to put money on it. The answer is going to be, we want to save our money. I'm saying, like, I think a lot of us would want that. Yeah, support your favorite developer, but there's other ways of doing it. And it shouldn't have to be every time when I get paid, they get paid. That's not gaming, bruh. So, anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like and subscribe if you're viewing this on YouTube, and peace. Oh, and follow me across all social media platforms at TMossBoss. Now, peace.